Here we are on the $CAD daily time frame, and this is a trend continuation trade I've just got in. And what I'd like to do is talk you through this currency pair now. I'm just going to remove the orders. And if you're part of the tier 1 platform, you would have seen me post this trade yesterday and also the day before. And what happened was I entered based on a double bottom, sorry, a double top, and I entered just after my Ninja Trader crashed. And when I came to check the other day, I had entered based on the demo account, so I actually got 70 pips up and then realized it was all demo. So I cancelled the orders there, and I've gone ahead now and entered on the live account. So we're in trend continuation here, but I'm only playing for a retest of the lows. Now, first thing we notice here on the daily time frame is we have a couple of rejection candles. So we have tweezer tops, and we've got this structure level being tested multiple times. If I leave my crosshairs here, we actually tested the 13000 flat. So if I go to the 240, what you can actually see here was a double top just here, and that was meant to be my entry, but as mentioned, I entered in on the demo. So I've had to wait for the market to break structure and pull back, and I think that we're going to be pulling back here for a 618, which will be a 2618. So it's a 2618 trade, but using a 618 fib as the ability to sell. However, I've not actually waited for that. And here on the 4 hourly, you can see we've had a big higher close, indicating that price could go a lot higher. If we look at the 60, we've got the same thing as well. Here you go, two higher closes. But if we go to the 15-minute, if it loads, okay, we did go over bought at 92, coming into this level of structure just here. I do think we can actually break past that and get up to the 618 fib, but nevertheless, based on this deceleration here, I've not wanted to miss the trade because it still offers a 2-to-1 risk to reward. So it's a high probability trade with a 2-to-1 risk to reward. This trade should have actually been 35 pips of risk for 200, and as it stands, it's probably something like 75 to 140 now because of that mistake I made. But I don't want to miss the trade, and on a trade this big, there's a lot of potential reward here. So that's why I've entered in a little bit early, because we've seen a deceleration coming into this minor level of structure on the 15-minute. So let's go out to the 240 and let's then bring on our orders and just see what the risk to reward is. Targets are at 128.11, 11 pips above that even handled number, and it's based off the daily time frame. So just let me go to the daily time frame and show you this. So I'm looking for a retest of the candle lows there on the dailies. We go to the 240. Okay, so in terms of risk then, this is the risk, and we'll make that red. So it's a bit sickening that I've made that mistake, but it wasn't really a mistake. It was just, you know, one of those things. Ninja Trader had logged me out and I had to log back in, and then I didn't realize it was on the demo account. I didn't particularly look at that. So here we go, 72 of risk, 148 of reward, so just over a 2-to-1 there. Obviously didn't want to miss the trade, but I do think that we can actually go higher here before we come lower, and that is the trade. We'll come back in probably a few days time, maybe next week now, and get an update on this trade, or even potentially see it hitting targets. And this is the last update of the $CAD, and as you can see now, we've lost for 72 pips. Ouch, what a big loss. I'm not too bothered about the loss. A little bit, I wouldn't say angry with myself, but you know, my entry was here and instead I got my entry down here. So there we go, 72 pip loss on the dollar CAD.